Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card is about what's next for you. Okay, so we're going to take a look at what next. So if you haven't as of yet chosen an image, okay, for your reading, go ahead and do that now. You have 3 horses to choose from in this instance. Timestamps for each reading are below in the description box. Go ahead and look at the silent portion of the video where you can take an up-close look at each image in order to choose. If during that time you feel led to pick more than one, by all means, always listen to your intuition. That's always going to be highly encouraged here. So if you feel it necessary to pick more than one horse on the screen, go ahead and do so. Again, take as much time as you need to. Pause where necessary in order to choose your image. These readings are timeless, so whether you watch this at the upload time or sometime down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive nudge to watch, there could indeed be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always say is that these readings are general, right? So they're not going to apply to every single person that watches, although I hope you manage to find a message here. But if you don't, that's totally okay, because YouTube has many readers out there, and I trust that the universe, Great Spirit, will guide you to the one who has the messages that you need at this particular time in your situation or on your journey. So with all that being said, Star Family, I'm going to go directly into the reading of your choice. Pile number 1, you chose the beautiful Sugar Skull horse for your reading. A beautiful image there. We're going to start with tarot first. We're going to take a look at what's next for you. Okay, what is next for you? Pile number 1 viewers. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. So we have the 6 of Swords that flew out first. We have the World and the Judgment. And I almost want to do it like this because almost in order, right? Because that's how I'm seeing it. The Judgment comes before the World. So to me, that's progression. The fact that you had them both flag out, that's insane to me, but so beautiful at the same time. So what's next for you is that you're leaving something behind. And I apologize for the glare because ever since my setup has changed, right? I've had to kind of make adjustments for the cards. So bear with me 1 second. I think I know how to fix this. Oh, that's a little better. So we'll be a little in the dark. Anyhow, what's next for you is that you are moving on from something, pile number 1 viewers. The 6 of Swords is indicating a healing taking place, movement in the direction of something calm, something more peaceful, maybe peace of mind, well-being as well. And when you have the 6 of Swords, you do kind of put the past behind you in a sense where you turn your back to things and you move in a different direction. You could literally be like geographically relocating, right? Because this is a card of movement, and sometimes the world can talk about world travel. So when I see this card and the World together, I'm like, you could literally be moving somewhere or relocating, maybe jobs even. But whatever it is that you're moving away from with the 6 of Swords is helping to free yourself. So what's next for you is there's a liberating moment coming up where you're going to be free of a lot of constraints, and you're going to be put on the path to either leave something behind, move towards something else. But whatever it is that you're moving toward is what I honestly feel like it's a breakthrough or a liberating moment where the shackles of the past, any hindrances, resistances that would linger maybe on your spirit or maybe where you are, is no longer a difficulty. The Judgment is sometimes what I call my rebirth, renewal, phoenix rising from the ashes moment. The reason for that is if you look at the card, I mean, these people are rising from the confines, right, of their tombs. In other words, they're reborn. It's a rebirth moment, almost like a personal renaissance that you could also be experiencing as far as what's next. You're letting go of a lot. You could be letting go of someone, letting go of a place, letting go of a mindset, especially with the Six of Swords, because swords speak of, you know, mental energy, communication, and things like that. But I kind of feel like, because swords also represent truth, you're moving in the direction of your truth, and that's what's next for you too. But moving in the direction of your truth, or what calls true to you or rings true to you, is also going to be a very liberating moment, which will free you up. Maybe free you up to do other things, maybe free you up to travel, maybe free you up to find over here with the world your success. The Judgment is also like a wake-up call, right? It's Spirit's call to you sometimes on a spiritual level, if we're looking at it like that. And when I look at these two images, I'm like, this is you moving in the direction to answer the call that Spirit gives you. I mean, the horn, when you hear the horn, when you hear the alarm, when you hear the sound, you can't ignore it. You have to heed the call and you have to respond, right? These people are literally in the card responding to the sound, maybe to the way that Spirit is calling them to move in their life. And, you know, ironically, I did choose the horses. Horses always remind me of movement, speed, action, momentum. And yeah, I mean, if you want to know what's next, this is telling me you're moving forward. We have the Six of Swords indicating that. World energy is saying that you're moving in the direction of what's going to bring you peace, liberation, breakthrough maybe. Moving in the direction perhaps of even your soul's calling, or the way that Great Spirit is calling you. And it's putting you in the path of the world energy, which is basically success and achievement of something. So you're overcoming a lot, maybe difficulties. I don't know why I'm getting like sorrow, sadness, or things that just weren't good for your maybe mental health or your overall well-being, right? Because when you have the Six of Swords, you move in the direction of what's going to bring you peace and wellness. It's a number 6, so it's a card of, you know, a number of balance, trying to find balance and harmony, equilibrium, things that are reciprocal to you. So you're moving in the direction of those things, which is going to liberate you to pursue maybe your success, maybe even a goal. But it's also putting you on the path. So what's next? It's basically putting you on the path. Leaving this is putting you on the path to, with the World card, level up, graduate, right? Graduate. It is my graduation card. And to come full circle, to bring everything full circle. Maybe to travel, right? If it's a mundane thing, if it's not a spiritual thing, then it's, you know, it's indicating you moving in the direction of, you know, your travel or your ability to move about freely. Relocate somewhere else. But wherever it is that you're going, if you're actually circumstantially or geographically moving somewhere, or maybe, you know, maybe even changing jobs, because you move from one job to another, right? Or you move from a different lifestyle to another. Whatever that move is, it's a positive one, because it's helping you to move in the direction of your higher self with the world, but also your soul's purpose and your success and maybe the achievement of your goals with the world. So this is super positive as far as what's next for you. You have things to accomplish, I feel, with the world here. And in order to accomplish those things, the Six of Swords is requiring that you turn your back to the past, or you heal from something and move in a better direction, or move in the direction of your soul's calling, or move in the direction of what's going to bring you healing and maybe even alignment, because it's a number 6. Move in the direction of what's going to free you up and liberate you, or move you in the direction of what your soul is calling you to do. But nonetheless, when you make that move with the Six of Swords, you arrive here with the world, which is achievement and the accomplishment, right, of a major lesson. So maybe you taking on the energy of the Six of Swords is also going to close out a major cycle and, you know, help you put that major cycle behind you altogether. And the World card is here indicating that the lesson is now complete now that you moved away from that. So that is what's next for you. A major cycle coming to a close. But I also feel that for some of you, you're also moving in the direction of accomplishing or beginning a new one. That's going to be more liberating and also to help you access your higher self. Nonetheless, it still connects that way, right? Because you could be finishing up an old cycle and now entering into a new one that's going to bring you your success and vice versa, right? Yeah, I hope that made sense. Anyhow, I just feel like this is liberating energy. This is the completion of something, you know, pivotal in your journey. And it's also this feeling of it being needed to level you up and take you to the next level with the world energy. So what's next for you is, you know, I feel a major shift, because judgment and world energy is transitionary energy. It's, you know, where one thing closes and another one opens. Again, it's what I said. I don't want to sound redundant here, but I really do feel like this is what's next for you, something major. And it's also putting on the path to your healing, your rebirth moment, your personal renaissance even. So I would say expect some major changes as far as what's next for you as well. But these changes are going to benefit you to the point where you don't have so much weighing you down. That judgment energy, those people are free. They are free. So when I say that, what's next for you is you being free of anything that will hold you back, hold you down, and keep you from achieving the goals with the World card that maybe you personally have in mind for yourself. So that's a beautiful thing. So what I want to do is grab a final oracle card here, and then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers, okay? So let's see if we get a final oracle card for pile number 1 viewers. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. Final oracle card for pile number 1 viewers. I want to say congratulations. And the word is bask, okay? To bask in this newfound sense of freedom that you will be encountering, okay? Because this next chapter is one where you will be accessing or leveling up or getting in touch with the highest version of yourself with that World card, okay? Oh, look at that. Doesn't that make sense? Transcending Pegasus. And it's a number 28. Which 2 plus 8 is 10, which breaks down to a 1, which would be the next card after the World would be the Fool, right? We go back to... we go back to 0, which is still a starting point. Nonetheless, number 1s are like aces, right? They represent new beginnings. So that's how I'm seeing that. All right, let's see what the card itself says. Transcending. Yeah, you are leveling up. You're transcending things over here with the 6. Letting go. 6 of Swords, letting go and transcending maybe previous limitations with the Judgment. You're coming out of those difficulties. Also having learned a lot of life lessons with the World, because it's my school card, my graduation energy. So let's see what it says. And oh man, I'm going to try my best here because like I turned off that one light. Okay. So it says, transcending Pegasus. Grab hold of the mane. Pegasus is leaping into the sky with you on its back. You can feel the wind rush by as this winged horse. Look, oddly enough, winged horse, right? We have horses as the theme here. So we have the Pegasus. Hold on. See, I lost my place. As this winged horse climbs higher and higher. That's you with the World energy. Climbing higher and higher to the next stages of your journey. Transcending or kind of like lifting yourself up, right? His muscles rippling beneath you. You are keenly aware of his majesty, strength, and power as you are brought closer and closer to the heavens. So it says, History is replete with myths and legends of a winged horse, the protector of the soul. The Pegasus represents the immortality of your spirit, the leveling up maybe of your spirit too, and the journey to the heavens. The appearance of this card is a sign. Get ready. Whoa. Get ready for a dramatic activation of your spiritual journey. Like I said, there's a major shift, right, with the judgment and the world. This is a powerful transformation is at hand. Great things are possible in your life. Prepare yourself to fly high above adversity. Now, I did say you were moving away from maybe difficulty, sadness, sorrow, challenge, right? In order to find healing, peace of mind, and whatnot with the Six of Swords. And that would be the adversity this talks about. So it says, the Pegasus rise above the earthly realms, offers a higher celestial perspective. That would be also the world card, right? Take time to meditate and profound insights about your life will be revealed. You are asked to see the situation at hand from a higher perspective. Step away from the drama and emotional manipulation of others or your environment too, right? With the crazy things happening in the world today, that can have an effect on us. It's very parasitic, the negativity in the world. So again, maybe step away from that too. But it says, some stories describe that where his hooves strike the earth, the Pegasus that is, right? New springs emerge. Life begins anew. Yes, that's why it's a number 28, right? Because it breaks down to a 1. New energy. In Greek mythology, Pegasus activates and befriends the 9 muses who inspire creativity, liberal arts, music, science, poetry, and visual arts. Hence, Pegasus is symbolic of creativity. The message here is to focus on the incredible creativity, vitality, and spiritual awakening within you, because it's happening. We have the spiritual awakening right here with the judgment. You could be, definitely, what's next for you? You could be entering a major spiritual epiphany, awakening, breakthrough. Okay? And it says, the spirit of the Pegasus says, you're on a pilgrimage of the soul. It's time to transcend the weight of earthly burdens. That would be the judgment card, right? That would definitely be the judgment card. Fly over situations that have been pulling you down. Wait a minute here. She is floating in the air. She is flying above, right? Don't involve yourself. Hold on. Don't involve yourself with the drama of others. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve. A profound transformation is at hand for you, basically. Let me go back to that line. It says, when you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve, right? That is you moving away and towards healing. Like leaving all that drama behind over here with the Six of Swords. Leaving all those people because you want your peace of mind, right? Leaving all those people, situations, and things that bring you drama or don't give you peace of mind. You're leaving that behind, right? So let's, yeah, I definitely agree with this card. I think it connects profoundly, actually, to your reading here. So let's go ahead and grab the dice and see what angel numbers come up for you, pile number 1 viewers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice. And you know what? Your candle just went out. I don't know when. I think it might have been while I was reading. But let me go ahead and replace that, and I'll explain the whole angel number rolling the dice. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These angel numbers may confirm some things I've already said in the reading and or provide you with messages you need personally. I don't like to recommend you a source to look up the numbers, because at the end of the day it could be one that you don't connect or resonate with, and some of the magic might get lost because of that. So I always, encourage you to do your own research, and maybe, because spirit works magic this way, maybe on the road, right, to researching the numbers, spirit leads you to other synchronicity, serendipity, and nuggets you need to confirm other things to you for your journey. And if I gave you a shortcut to the number or source, I could rob you of that experience. I don't want that to happen because I know how important these nuggets are. Likewise, I say in the comment section, please don't put the number interpretation in the comments for others, because again, you want everyone to find their own magic. So let's go ahead and see what numbers you get for this reading, pile number 1. All right, so that is a 4, 5, and hold on, another 5. So we have 455 as your angel number. Go ahead and look that up and see what that number brings to you. If you feel that this has helped or connected, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction helps this channel grow, reach more people, find who it needs to. And if you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do here, check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy shop is down below. Visit me. I do have handmade crystal jewelry I make with my 2 hands on my free time. I have powerful tektite crystals like moldavite and Libyan desert glass. And I also have personal readings when available. Just warning you, sometimes they're sold out, but I always try my best to repost as soon as they've been completed for the people who have purchased last. Okay, so much love to you wherever you are in this world. Be safe, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 2, you chose the beautiful, colorful, tribal looking horse. For your reading today, we are looking at what's next for you. So let's get into it. We're going to be using actually one of my very first tarot decks ever. This is just the Rider-Smith-Waite deck. But we are looking at what's next for you. Pile number 2 viewers, what is next for you? Let's see. Okay, 3 cards. All right, so we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Justice energy, and the Star. Okay, so what this is telling me is that what's next for you is that a difficult situation with the 5 of Pentacles, some kind of loss or energy where you felt like maybe something or someone was lost to you. Maybe a difficult situation that needed resolved. That is what's next for you. That situation is going to be resolved. It's going to be resolved in a way that's fair and just for everybody involved, okay? There was something that was lost to you, something that went wrong over here with the 5 of Pentacles, something that maybe you even felt like you were missing out on or that you were struggling with, because it's a number 5 card and 5s speak of change and challenge. Sometimes feelings of difficulty in a sense where we feel angst, right? So I feel like there's something you might have been struggling with over here, and it created a challenge in your life. But this Justice energy is saying what's next for you is that that difficulty is going to be resolved in a fair and just manner. Justice card is Libra, and here's Aquarius energy, so I don't know if any of you are Libra or Aquarius. But what this is telling me is that this is a quote that, but the truth shall set you free. The truth prevails in the end. One of my readings had those quotes before, and I was forgetting them off the top of my head. But they're coming to me clearly now. In essence, this is feeling like what's next for you is that that situation is going to get resolved in a fair and just manner, where the truth, you know, will reveal itself to bring it out in your favor. When all is said and done, karmic scales balanced. What was wronged will now be righted, okay? Because the Justice will bring that. She brings justice to a situation. She brings balance and fairness where there isn't any. And maybe that injustice of a situation maybe made everything feel like the 5 of Pentacles, right? Where there was loss, there was lack. Maybe it was a mentality or an energy drain, right? Whatever this difficult situation was, could have been an energy drain to you with the 5 of Pentacles. But what's next for you is that you're coming out of that energy draining situation, and justice will be served, okay? Because the scales can't stay imbalanced forever, and if they've been in an imbalance, this energy here is saying that they will come correct. And once these scales get balanced, once the maybe past life karma gets resolved, or a difficult cycle, a karmic cycle coming to a close is what this is giving me vibes of too. once that gets out of the way, you're on the path to your wish fulfillment. You're on the path to better things. You're on the path to spirit guiding you in a way that's going to lead you to maybe your destiny. Maybe even to your healing, because the water energy that's flowing from the cisterns in this star card is very healing. So there's something, pile number 2, about you putting something behind you once it gets resolved, finally, in your favor. Because it feels like over here, for some time, it's felt like this 5 of Pentacles for you. Where it could have felt like a period of difficulty after difficulty, challenge after challenge, resistance or hindrances and obstacles, you know, over and over again. It's like, it's almost this feeling of like, dang, can I even catch a break? Right? But what's next for you is that the Justice is going to give you the break. Okay? Why? Because it kind of feels like pile number 2, some of you, and I don't think this is going to be for a whole lot of you, okay? I feel like this is just for a specific few of you watching, but it gives me this feeling of you've paid the price, right? You've done your part. And now it's time for compensation, right? Reward. Like, I'm getting that from the star. And that's not, and those are not words that normally come to me with the star card. And I apologize for the glare. That's why I have the one light turned off, because I feel like this is so bad over here. And I don't want to make it darker. So I kind of feel like I have to put the cards up there so you can see them better. But anyhow, like, I'm getting those words from the star. That's not normally an energy that I get. But that's what this is giving me. It kind of feels like you've paid your dues. You've done your part. You've done what you've needed to do on your end, right? And now it's like justice, like, is now going to compensate you for all you've been through. And it's this feeling of it's almost like, I know it's just so weird, but it's like you get what you give, right? And it could be that the other person might be getting, if there's just a situation with somebody else, they could finally get their just desserts, if you know what I mean. But likewise, the same thing applies. If you've been good, you've done good, right? It's not going unnoticed with the star energy here with Spirit, okay? It's not going unnoticed. So it feels like with the 5 of Pentacles, you know, you've done your part, maybe to the point of exhaustion with the 5 of Pentacles. And now it feels like the scales, where they have been so imbalanced, are now coming correct. You've been depleted with the 5 of Pentacles in certain aspects of your life. Maybe with the 5 of Pentacles, people have taken more from you than you've gotten in return. Maybe situations have done the same. But you have to understand with the Justice card, like, you know, if you've done well, if you've done good in your life, you know, or if you've done bad, right? Like, that's just think of the weighing of the heart, right? The heart gets weighed against the feather of Ma'at, and Justice energy is Ma'at. And, you know, this applies to any aspect of life with the Justice card, because if you do good, you get good. If you do bad, eventually you will get your bad, okay? But I honestly feel like here with the 5 of Pentacles, I think that you've been pushing through the difficulty and waiting for, you know, your moment where the scales finally balance themselves and equal themselves out again. Your star is wish fulfillment, but it's also divine guidance. So now that the scales are balancing themselves out, and I feel that you're coming out of this energy drain of the Five of Pentacles, you can be free to pursue, right, your wish fulfillment with the star, but also be guided there as well. So you're not going to be alone on the path there. Your spirit team, your squad is basically saying here, I got your back. This situation is going to be resolved for you for the highest good of all and on your behalf, or for you, for your highest, for the highest of everybody involved in the situation, but it's going to be resolved in your favor, especially with the star coming after it. So despite your difficulties, despite the losses that you've endured and all the difficulties in life that you have experienced with the Five of Pentacles, this is resolving itself. You are being divinely guided out of this situation, and you're being put on the path to something better with the star energy. It's indicating hope and faith and the guidance of your spirit team. So what's next for you is, this is going to take care of itself. This is going to resolve itself. You're going to be able to fix this situation. This situation will fix itself on your behalf. And the difficulties you've been facing with the Five of Pentacles, you'll be able to put that behind you and pursue what your destiny is. Pursue your higher purpose, maybe your higher calling. The truth always prevails in the end. And what's right and good will not go unnoticed for long. Okay? It will not go unnoticed. It hasn't gone unnoticed. You deserve your wish fulfillment is also what this is telling me. You deserve to live out your truth is also what this is saying with the Justice energy. And to pursue the wishes on your heart. But I also feel like you're being guided to those wishes, to that wish fulfillment. And there's a healing coming once this is out of the way. So that's what's next for you. Because sometimes the Justice, okay, can speak of things that are outside of our control. Oftentimes we are waiting for something to come correct for us because it's out of our hands. You know, there is such a thing as cause and effect, right? There's consequences for things. There's things oftentimes that are in the hands of others, in the hands of the divine, that oftentimes we're waiting for something to come through. We're waiting for a resolution. And maybe the answer to that is oftentimes out of our hands. But when I see the star here directly after something that's maybe outside of your immediate control or power, right, it's telling me that this is going to resolve itself in a very positive manner. So to stay hopeful. You're entering a period of your healing. You will get an answer to something that has been maybe deliberating for a while, or something you haven't been able to kind of close out or conclude. That's what's next for you as well. And that the challenges and difficulties you've faced as a result of this situation or scenario will be healed. So let's see if we can get a final oracle card. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. I'm going to read directly from the book with this. And again, I'm going to have to, hopefully have the lighting work out so I can read it. I'm going to hold the book up close to you. So let's see. Final oracle card for pile number 2 viewers. You're going to get the outcome you seek is what this is telling me in whatever your situation is. You're going to get the outcome you seek. Let's see. Passage. Nice. It says standing stones, passage. Okay, I'm going to hold it there so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so let's see what this says. Number 40. All right, so it says standing stones. As you walk, you come across large vertical standing stones in a circle in the center of the sacred forest. You know that to step inside this sacred ring is not to be undertaken lightly. It is an act of power. With solemn grace you enter. Immediately you feel a shift occur within you. It's as if the floodgates of your soul have opened and there is a download of cosmic information occurring within you. Many believe that standing stones are a place that allows one to embark on a spiritual journey from one realm to another. They can also mark the transition from one stage of life to another. Remember that although life changes, you are eternal. Celebrate all the transitions in your life and you'll experience profound harmony. So I like this because this is indicating the passage from a difficult situation or cycle, the closing out of maybe a difficult situation or cycle or karmic period in your life to something more hopeful. Okay, that's what that's saying to me so far. But it says a voyage of the heart and soul is ahead. This journey, and you know what, a voyage of the heart and soul, or maybe your wish or manifestation right here with the star, right? But it says a voyage of the heart and soul is ahead. This journey may be spiritual or physical in nature. In either case, it is a kind of sacred pilgrimage. Have courage. A great ship can stay safe in the harbor, but that is not what great ships are made for. Be willing to unfurl your sails and set forth to the new, I'm going to continue with that, the new open seas, because that's what it feels like to me. And I know new is not in there, right? It's not there, but it felt, that's what came out my mouth, so I'm keeping it. And set forth to the new open seas. The seas might be rough and the wind is strong, but you are safe and protected, right? Rough, right here, rough. You might have dealt with some rough periods. You are protected. Your star family has your back. Okay. The circle of stones takes you exactly where you need to go. Since the earliest days of humanity, standing stones have been created as places of ceremonies and as ways to honor the divine. Archaeologists have found some that date back to 4000 BCE. Neolithic people didn't have written language, yet their art in stone circles, sometimes oval or horseshoe shaped, suggest that they held religious rituals at these ceremonial meetings. The spirit of the standing stone says a sacred journey is ahead. Deeper meaning is waiting to be discovered. You are safe in this new chapter, in this new journey. After you put a lot behind you, you are taking a pilgrimage maybe to whatever this energy of the star means to you, whether it's a manifestation, a wish fulfillment, a spiritual pilgrimage of sorts. You're coming out of this, you're bringing balance and harmony into your life. Things are resolving themselves and you're entering into a new phase or chapter or cycle of your journey that's going to put you on the path to this star energy here is what this is telling me. Funny enough, it says horseshoe shaped as far as the standing stone circle, right? And the theme of this reading is with horses as far as the images that you choose from. And horses themselves are energy of speed, action, momentum, but most importantly of movement, right? So things are moving, I also feel, and you're coming out of this to find balance, harmony, and resolution in your life. The star energy is what you're headed into. So have courage. It is a new chapter. It is going to be different. It's probably not going to be anything you're maybe used to, right? But I also feel that this is necessary for the next stage of your spiritual evolution. The star is indicating the divine guidance is with you. Okay, so pile number 2. This is your reading. I also have angel numbers I'm going to roll for you. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for additional messages from the numbers. So basically, these numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide additional messages for you personally on your journey. I don't recommend a source or give you the number interpretation, because at the end of the day, I want you to find your own magic. If I gave you a source you don't like, it could be, you know, that some of that magic gets lost because you don't like the source I recommended. Also, taking the journey to researching the numbers can guide you to other synchronicity, serendipity that perhaps you need along the way. And again, if I gave you a shortcut to the numbers, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. I know how important the nuggets and synchronicities are. Likewise, I ask that everybody refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section as well. Again, you don't want to rob anybody of finding that magic for themselves. Okay, so let's see what numbers come up for you. All right, so hold on. We have 9, 7, and 5. So 975 is your angel number. Go ahead and look that up. Again, what's next for you is a resolution to something that has been difficult or challenging, and now opening the floodgates, opening you up to put you on a new path altogether. Know that you're safe and protected in this new chapter of life. Be open and receptive to what spirit brings you. Okay, so much love to you, pile number 2 viewers. This is your reading. If you felt that it helped or connected for you, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe as well to support this channel. Every interaction helps this channel grow, reach more people, find who it needs to. And if you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do here on YouTube, maybe check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy shop is down below. I have handmade crystal jewelry I make with my 2 hands. I have powerful tektite crystals like moldavite and Libyan desert glass. And I also have readings when available. When is the key word, because sometimes they're sold out. But I always try to repost quickly as soon as they've been completed for everybody who's purchased prior. So again, just keep that in mind. If you don't see readings there, that's why. So again, take care of yourself, pile number 2 viewers, and always keep shining. Pile number 3, you chose the really pretty brown horse for your reading. So we are going to be looking at what's next for you. Let's see. Pile number 3 viewers, what is next for you? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, we have the King of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Nice. Okay, so what's next for you is newfound inspiration, maybe for some of you, new love. But I also want to say intellectual matters, right? The mind, something about the mind. Maybe the mind is spinning new ideas, having epiphany moments. Maybe the mind and the heart are, I don't know why mind over here with the King of Swords and heart, that's what that's giving me. Mind and heart are converging, okay, that's a weird word, but are uniting to create something over here with the Ace of Wands. But whatever it is that you're putting your mind to is going to result in something totally new. You're putting your mind to work, basically, is what this is saying, is what's next for you. I kind of feel like the King of Swords, for whatever reason, I just got the vibe of like buckling down. Buckling down, like, you know, taking matters into your own hands and saying, okay, let's get to work. I'm going to put my mind to this. I have an idea. I have an inspiration. I have a goal. I've had this on my heart for some time. There is no messing around here. I want to pursue something. I want to do this. That's the feeling. And there's going to come a moment where you decide with the King of Swords that, okay, this is my moment. I'm going to act upon the nudge or the push that I've been given with the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands is a divine inspiration. Okay, I see 2 scenarios here. I see one of a goal-oriented one, creative endeavor, and then I see one where there's actually a new person coming in that's going to stir your passions with the Ace of Wands, and then also, like, you know, stir your heart too. So let me address both topics. The King of Swords is, again, let me go back to the creative goal-oriented idea here that I see in the cards. Basically, the King of Swords is putting his mind to work, okay? He's buckling down. He's deciding to act upon a nudge that he's been given. And this is what's happening next for you. You could receive an idea, because swords are about communication and the truth that gets revealed to you. So the King of Swords is acting upon a nudge or an inspiration with the Ace of Wands and finally taking action. So what's next for you is that you can finally decide that this is your moment where you take action upon the spark that this, divine or great spirit has given you, and you follow your heart. You pay attention to what your heart has been calling and nudging you to do. Your heart is nudging you with something. King of Swords finally over here decides to do it. He sits down with himself. He has a conversation with himself, maybe, and maybe even meditates on it, right? Because it's a lot of mental energy. But during that process, things are revealed, because the sword of truth reveals things. It brings clarity and maybe breakthrough. And we have two brand new energies that oftentimes will be portals to deliver breakthroughs. So I think you're having a breakthrough moment. That is what's next for you. Where things get revealed, where you see things clearly with clarity. Maybe you've sat with yourself to think and process, maybe meditate, but in that time, something gets revealed to you to show you that it's time. Something's been stirring your heart, nudging you forward, nudging you to pursue a brand new idea. A spark has been given or lit, and the heart is asking for action toward that. So we have mind and heart over here. Bringing these two things together results in action. Okay, it's inspiration. A newfound sense of maybe determination and or power, right? You get that light lit up underneath you, and you can't ignore the fire that you've been given, the motivation and the push that you've been given towards something. Mind, heart, and inspiration is what's next for you. Mind and heart converging or coming together to help you take the first step or take action towards something new. Lots of new energy coming in for you. Part of that new energy not only could be creative or personal goal related, right, to inspire you and to nudge you forward in a certain direction after some much thought, care, and contemplation. But it could be that a lot of this new energy is bringing love, passion. You could have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe that's you, but it could also be somebody else come in to the picture. Stir your passion and stir your heart. They could be presenting their cup of love to you with the Ace of Cups. They could, the feeling here is stirring your passion, stirring your heart, but also bringing good conversation with it. Could be an intellectual type of person who wants the conversation to be just as good as the, you know what, I won't say it. Some people, yeah, like you can get to, what do they say? You can get to a man's heart through his stomach or whatever, right? I guess, but it's through, for some people it's not that, it's through the mind, right? Because beauty fades, but a conversation, you can have conversation for days. It's the mind. Like, do you have a beautiful mind? Do you have things we can talk about, or the things that we can have in common? Right? Can we hold an intellectual conversation? Do you read? Do you like books? Like that kind of thing. Can you stimulate my mind, right? Because it's more than just stimulating body parts. But I kind of feel like this is what that is. This is somebody who's not just gonna, stimulate your passion, stir your heart, but also, get through to your not just your heart, but your mind too. Like, you kind of vibe that way. So whoever this is, they're bringing it. They're bringing the passion, the heat. They're bringing, their cup is already full. I'm just going to say that. Whoever this is, their cup is already full. right? Which that's a good thing, because they're not looking for you to necessarily fill their cup. Their cup is already full, and they're handing you that cup. They want to share that cup with you, okay? Is what this is telling me. And that's like a side note. Yeah, definitely a side note, but important, okay? And it's like their cup runneth over. Their cup is already full. They're looking to share that with someone now. And it's like they're offering that cup. Okay, so this is definitely what's next for you. Could be somebody new coming in and offering this to you and hoping that you would want to share. Because there's also this feeling of like a lot of new energy coming in that's also going to bring tons of healing with the Ace of Cups, because the water flows, right? And that is healing and cleansing. And we have the little lotuses here at the bottom, which also are symbols of transmutation and transformation, and having worked through like maybe the dark or the shadow to rise above and gain enlightenment, because the flower does grow from mud, and then it reaches the top of the water, which accesses the sun and its enlightenment or its clarity, right? So some of you could also, you know, another side note, could be having a moment of clarity where, again, sudden inspiration comes to you, sudden clarity comes to you. I think I might have already said a little bit of that. And everything starts to just make freaking sense. King of Swords is definitely of clear mind, sound judgment. Also, if this is love, let's say, whether it's love or career, actually, or goal-oriented stuff, basically this is saying that the clarity that's going to come, it's just going to be clear as day. This person, this inspiration, it's just going to make complete, clear sense to you. If this is love, this person is not looking to, like, they know what they want. They know what they want. They're excited about you with the Ace of Wands, and they feel the stirring in their heart when it comes to you. They're very clear about what they desire. There's no convincing them out of that. But their cup runneth over, and they have love to give. They want to share that with someone now, and it's kind of like, if I hand you my cup, do you want to partake in that, right? But brand new, totally brand new person. I don't think this is somebody you've met before. For some of you singles out there, you know, if you've been looking for love, somebody's coming through. And they might, you know, this feeling from the King of Swords, like they might hit you hard, but in a good way, in a sense, like they're just gonna like, it's this feeling of like bombarding you, but it's like, but in a way where it's like, damn, I've never met anybody like that before. They just are very certain about themselves. They know what they want. They hold themselves, you know, in a very confident manner. They mean what they say what they mean. There's no, this feeling of like, you don't have to second guess what they say. When they say something, that's what it is. It's a self-assuredness. There's no tiptoeing around anything. When they feel something, they'll say it. If they think something, they'll just say it. There's honesty and truth here, is what this is feeling like coming from this person. You never have to guess how they feel. If you ask, they will tell you, you know, that kind of thing. And expect some honesty, you know. And there's also this feeling of, if like you don't want to know, maybe don't ask. You know what I mean? Because they're going to give you, they don't have time to play games or dance around a situation. Okay, they come with truth. And again, it could be very refreshing, right, to come across somebody like that. Because how many people beat around the bush with things in life? Okay, not this person. This person's not doing that. Which is, I think, a good thing. So be ready to have some things revealed to you also, like new revelations, new inspirations, new stirrings of the heart is what's next for you as well. But it's also this feeling of, you know, be prepared to act upon these things, because these doors that are opening up to you, and you have 2 of them, okay, they don't happen every day. You have love and inspiration. You have love and, you know, stepping into maybe a personal power when it comes to acting upon an nudge you've been given, or a goal that you want to pursue, you know, something that's been on your heart for a while, and then finally getting to a point where you're determined and confident and clear enough within yourself to act upon these things. I feel like this is saying your green light is here. So if you've been waiting for, you know, your moment to finally feel like you can act upon a nudge you've been given, your green light is coming. That's what's next for you. I do feel like there's things that are going to be presented to you, and it's going to be, you know, your moment to act upon them, to snatch it up even. So what I want to do is grab a final oracle card for pile number 3, using the Sacred Forest Oracle for your final message here. And I'm also going to roll the dice, okay, for your reading as well. Let's see, final oracle card for pile number 3 viewers in regards to what's next for you. Ah, look at that. Owl spirit. It says wisdom. Okay. And that is number 27, which is a number 9 when broken down. But let's see what it says. I got to get it directly from the book here. Okay, so it says, the sun has set and you feel a remarkable transformation occurring. Your body shape shifts into an owl. You stretch out your huge wings and silently soar to the top of the tallest pine tree and look over the moonlit forest. Your ability to see the smallest details, even in the darkness, is remarkable. Your sight expands and you see luminous light bodies of the spirit of the forest. They signal you with love and compassion. Well, that reminds me of the King of Swords in a sense, right? Because there's clarity that he receives, insight that he receives. The sword helps him decipher things and reveal things that were once hidden, right? Because it's a sword of truth. Your sight and awareness, because, you know, it's swords, it brings awareness. It says here, your sight expands and you see luminous light bodies. Okay, so your sight expands with the King of Swords here because he brings truth. Anyhow, but let's keep going. It says, abounding insight, there you go, King of Swords again. Profound majesty and grace are available to you now simply by pulling your awareness inward. And I was getting the vibe of the King of Swords contemplating and meditating on something, right? But gaining insight because he has the sword of truth. It says, ancient wisdom is emerging. You know the truth. There you go. Trust your intuition and perceptions right now. You are a truth seeker and a truth sharer. The excellent sight of an owl in the darkness corresponds with your ability to perceive the reality of a situation in the murkiest of conditions. Wait, didn't I talk about that, right? The murky depths of the lotus that grows from mud to gain enlightenment with the sun, right? The lotus does grow from the murky depths and rises through to gain clarity when it reaches the top of the water. So that does apply. It says, when this card chooses you, you are at the advent of a time of profound illumination, right? There you go. Enlightenment, clarity. We were talking about that. And transformation, which brings new things, okay? Brand new things. It says, the owl sits at the shoulder of Athena and Merlin, revealing sacred truths. Again, King of Swords. In some native cultures, The owl is called the night eagle, for it has the majesty of the eagle, but works silently in the darkness of night. This card can also mean that it's time to embrace your dark side as well as your light. Find balance maybe between them, right? Again, I was getting the vibe of mind and heart. And oftentimes, in order to materialize anything or to act upon any spiritual nudges that we've been given, we have to balance mind and heart. That would be light and dark, right? The polarities, the yin, the yang, and all that stuff. Masculine and feminine within ourselves. That would be all of that. Through doing so, you will be in balance. Yes. The spirit of the owl says, trust in your ability to see the deepest truth in situations and people. Okay? Yeah. That makes sense, especially if you have new love coming in, right? Or if you even have a goal you want to achieve. Wisdom is growing within you in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. This is a good time to sign up for inspirational courses. Ace of Wands, right? Messages from Spirit are all around you. Look for them and trust what you feel. Yeah, you're going to have insight, clarity on that. You're going to be able to act upon what you feel too. Act upon what you inwardly, maybe with the King of Swords, have been made aware of. I do agree with that. I think a lot of the King of Swords energy is in this card right here. Absolutely, owls are about knowledge and wisdom, okay? And there's something that you're coming into awareness with. It could be something that maybe you've sat on and thought about, meditated and contemplated for some time, but whatever that is, it's enlightening you to something very important on your journey, or to someone, or it's bringing clarity in regards to love, maybe life, universe. That's what's next for you, okay? So pay attention to these things and trust, right, the insights that you're given. So I'm going to grab the dice here. We're going to roll the dice for additional messages. What I always say is that, if you're not familiar with my readings, I roll the dice to get additional messages. These messages that the angel numbers will provide may confirm some things I've already said in this reading, and or provide you with messages that you need for your situation personally. I don't give you a source to look up, because at the end of the day, if I gave you a source, it could be one you don't connect with, and at that point it could lose some of the magic. Because again, you just don't resonate with it. And I also don't give you a source to research, because I want you to find, again, your own magic. I want you to take the journey. Sometimes synchronicity, serendipity, and extra nuggets are found along the way to doing the research. If I gave you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Likewise, I ask everybody not to put the number interpretation in the comment section. Please don't, because we want people to find their own magic, right? And we don't want to rob anybody of that experience, because we know how important those nuggets are when we do come across them, because they confirm so much. So let's see, pile number 3, what is your angel number? Let's see. All right, so we have 7, 9, and 7. So 797 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction does help this channel grow, reach more people, find who it needs to. If you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do here, visit me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy shop is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry I make with my 2 hands on my free time. I have powerful tektite crystals like moldavite and Libyan desert glass, and I also have readings when available, keyword when available. Sometimes they're sold out. I always do try to repost though as soon as they've been completed for people who have purchased prior. Okay, so much love to everybody watching. Take care, pile number 3 viewers, and always keep shining.